Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. I do that each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and the real connections in which we provide. Each and every day, whether it's our digital content, our blog posts, our community at large, our upcoming events, we look to connect with all of you. So thank you so much for your patience. I feel like it's been quite some time since I've sat here to do a morning message. Our schedules have been so busy and so many amazing things have been happening. So many, wonderful things that have kind of derailed us, but in a beautiful way, because now we're in front of more people, we're connecting with more people, we're doing more stuff. So I'm excited about all of the developments, as well as all of the folks that we're bringing on board in order to help serve you all so much more and in such a better and intentional way. So I do appreciate always and forever the patience that you have with me as we do our best to stay as consistent as possible, not only with our morning messages, but with all of our content. Tomorrow night, my darlings, my friends, we're having our Conversations with Commons. We'll be having a wonderful conversation about the new exciting embarkment onto the CBD space. All of us have heard about it. All of us are talking about it. People are maneuvering in the world of CBD and what that means. And we're going to answer all of your questions. We're working in conjunction with this wonderful brand called Commons that is based out of New York City, female owned and run. And so we're going to be introducing not only the brand to you, but allowing for the resident doctor as well as the CEOs to be able to answer any questions that you may have. So I'm going to ask you to join us tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Eastern via Zoom as we talk to these talented women. We answer the questions about the industry as a whole. We talk about this new and innovative kind of product or way to look at wellness. So I want you guys to join. So if you have not RSVP'd for that, please do so within the post. And then again, we'll be hanging out tomorrow to have that conversation. There won't be another morning message tomorrow because the fact that I'll be teaching at Drexel University all day tomorrow and unable to break away for another morning message. I will do my best to be back on Thursday to ensure that you get a little motivation and inspiration. Today's morning message, my darlings, is about addressing call it the elephant, call it the thing unseen, unheard. I don't think that we get to put things away if we don't look at the thing. I don't think that we get to buy the thing if we can't find the thing. I don't think that we get to address the thing if we pretend the thing isn't there. And so often in life, we're pretending that things aren't bad or pretending that it's not, things are going to work itself out if we don't address it. You're not opening the mail. You're not opening your email. You're not addressing the elephant in the room. And I have to comfortably say that I have been for years one of those people. It will go away as long as I ignore it. And that never is the case. What happens is that it blows up in my face in the messiest of ways that could have been addressed far before that date and time. And so for me, for you, what I'm asking you to do, on this morning message number 442 is for you to address it so you can move on from it, for you to acknowledge it so you can conquer it, so you can look at it so you can move it. I mean, if we are not dealing in the here and now, if we're not focused on what it is that we need to do and how we need to get there, what happens is we keep making the same mistakes. We keep doing the same thing wrong. We keep, moving in that same direction, expecting for things to change. And that's just not the case. So I need us to look at it, to address it, to focus on it, and then be able to move forward. I need us to acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge what we've done wrong. Acknowledge what didn't work out. Acknowledge what hasn't happened. Yes. Good morning, Erica. Acknowledge it in its full extent. And that, to me, at least for me, was always the most painful because it shined back on me. Sheldon, you should have been smarter. You should have known better. You should have done better. And so I don't want to live in that, right? I don't want to live in that. I don't want to live in the things in which I've done wrong. I don't want to live in the mistakes of my life. It would be just easier if I move forward, if I just keep going. But the problem in the keep going is that I found myself repeating those mistakes continuously because I never addressed them to begin with, right? I never addressed it at all. And what happened was I pretended it didn't happen. And then when that opportunity happened again, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is completely me. And truthfully, in full accountability, it was me. But it could have been something that I addressed, managed, controlled, understood, prevented moving forward. But I can't prevent something that I didn't even address in the past. I couldn't prevent something that I didn't even acknowledge beforehand. You know, I'm sitting literally here in a space where I've made more mistakes than I've done things right. I'm grateful that the things that I've done well, I've done really well. But those issues that have arisen, those things that have come into play, that have wrecked the flow of my ambition, those are things that I needed to recognize. I needed to sit in, I needed to address, because if I do not address them, right? If you don't address them, if you don't look at them, if you don't pay attention to what those things are, you are most likely going to repeat the madness. And this is from somebody who is a repeat offender of my own madness. I am a repeat offender of the same traits that I try to avoid, the same traits that I try to pretend I do not have. But in addressing it, right? In not only looking at the elephant in the room, but looking to tame the elephant, looking to address the elephant in the eye. That's what I'm talking about. I need you to just address it. I need you to acknowledge not only the hills of your life and celebrate and dance within them, but I also need you to acknowledge the valleys that you may currently be sitting in. To pretend that you're not sitting in the dark when you cannot see makes no sense to me. I can comfortably say in this moment, in this time, things may be a little confusing. That's a freeing thing. That is a freeing thing to be in that space. To pretend that I can see in the darkness is foolish. And all I end up doing is banging my knee and stubbing my toe. But I need to turn the lights on by acknowledging that the lights are out. Right? And what does that look like? And how does that feel? You know, you need to turn it on. You're navigating in the dark. You're navigating in a space, bumping into everything. Because you're not even acknowledging the fact that you're walking in the dark. The minute you acknowledge it, you find that light switch, life changes. Address it. Address the elephant in the room, the problem in the space, the partnership that's not working, the relationship that's broken. Address, address, address. And in a lot of cases, that doesn't mean get rid of it. You can't even make it better if you don't acknowledge the fact that it isn't right. And a lot of us are playing pretend. And a lot of us are still trying to fake it till we make it. And the truth of the matter is anything fake is a lie. It's a lie. And we don't have time for that. There's only 24 hours in a day, and there's a limited time in this precious, beautiful world. And so what I need you to do is to address your stuff. I need you to address it head on. There's no reason for us to be maneuvering in the dark when we have the ability to see the light. We have the ability to address what's going on so we can see clearly. Acknowledge that you don't have all the answers. Acknowledge that you've made a mistake. Acknowledge that that was not your intention. And unfortunately, there's a lesson to be learned, right? And all you can do is move forward, but you can't move forward if you haven't seen where you've been. You just can't. And so I want you to take a moment and to just address it today. Whatever that elephant in the room is, whatever that situation is that you've been ignoring, that piece of mail that you refuse to open, I need you to address it today so you can move forward clearly, so you can see clearly, so you can get to exactly where you want to be. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumer, and this is it. I always miss our morning messages. It's been quite some time. Again, I will not have a morning message for you tomorrow. I'll be teaching at Drexel University all day long. So excited about that opportunity, but hopefully we'll be back on Wednesday to be able to share with you another morning message. This was morning message number 442. My goal each and every day is to ensure that you find your voice, that you tell your story, that you no longer whisper your wishes. It's time for all of us to scream our dreams. I will be back tomorrow. Oh, I'm so sorry. I will not be back tomorrow, but we will be having our event tomorrow evening. So at 6 p.m. Eastern, I need you to meet me. It's a conversation with Commons. It's a brand new, wonderful business that is going to be able to share with you how you can live a better life. We have a survey out there. We have information out there. I want to connect you to these remarkable women. We'll be doing so tomorrow via Zoom at 6 p.m. Eastern. A link to RSVP can be found within the post. If you need me at all, just make sure that you click any of those links and reach out It's time for all of us to scream our dream. I'll see you on Wednesday evening and again on Thursday for another morning message. Take care.